Welcome to the show. It is a great time to be a Drover. The baseball and softball teams swept the Sooner Athletic Conference Pitcher and Player of the Week awards, and we had several players on the men's and women's basketball teams to be named All-Conference this week, including 7 academic All-Conference for the girls and 3 academic All-Conference for the boys. It's great. And both men's and women's teams are in the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament. Today we talked to assistant coach Leandra Johnson to talk about her season, the conference tournament, and their off-season. This is In the Saddle.
Ball is tipped, there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star, and all the years no one knows just how hard you worked, but now it shows. In one shining moment, it's all on the line. One shining moment, they're frozen in time.
Welcome to the show. Today we have assistant coach Leandra Johnson with the women's basketball team on to talk about the conference tournament and the season. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So it's kind of a tough conference schedule for the girls, but they made it into the conference tournament. It's the first time since 2009 they'll be playing in it, so talk about that.
It's exciting. I know one of our biggest seniors, which is Tashina, and she's been here all 4 years, and whenever she found out we were going to the conference tournament, she actually cried. She was so excited. So it's going to be exciting, and the matchup that we have, which is Mid-America, I think is a good matchup. We came close with them each time that we played them in conference. Even if we would have got St. Gregory's, it would have been a good matchup as well. And I think that we can win this game if we come ready to play.
Well, hopefully we've got a lot of seniors, so hopefully they will be ready to play. Actually, on senior day, we ended up taking them into overtime before falling by, I think, just 1 point. So I think the girls are going to be ready for some revenge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good. And that's Wednesday night. It's actually going to be before we air. If the Drovers were to win that game, they have number 1, first seed Oklahoma City. That will be a tough game.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who faces Oklahoma City will be a tough game. They're undefeated in conference. We had one of the seniors, Rosie Madrano, was named All-Conference Honorable Mention. So what's kind of her role on the team?
She's came in from Robert Morris, as everybody knows, and she's a very athletic player. She can she's our scorer at some point outside of 2 other girls that help out as well, and she's just been a big factor in that position that she's in.
She's a senior, so how are you guys going to be able to replace her, or is she one of those unreplaceable players?
Well, with us having to replace her along with 6 other seniors, we are going to be looking for a lot of junior college transfers. And then we'll pick up some freshmen and on down the line from high school, but right now we're looking for mainly junior college transfers.
We also had 7 of our players were named academic all-conference, which was the most of any conference school. That's really impressive. How did that come about?
Well, we had study hall during first semester. We actually could fit it in around everybody's schedule, and we had it 2 to 3 times a week, hour and a half. And I mean, what we want them to realize is that, number 1, you're here to be a student. You're here to get a degree. Yes, you're an athlete, but number 1, you're here to get a degree. And so I was very pleased with that. This semester we did not get to do study hall as we planned because everybody's schedules are so crazy. But that's something I'm very pleased with.
Well, I know Coach Hayden really pushed the academic side.
Oh, yes.
And that's really important to her. So it's good to see the girls get recognition for that.
Oh, yeah.
After the conference tournament, we're looking at off season. What's off season look like for women's basketball at USAO?
Well, since we will graduate, most of them are seniors. We will return right now with 6. We have 1 out with an ACL injury who's going to rehab for that now. And so right now we don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. We've been throwing some ideas back and forth off of each other, trying to figure out what we're going to do. We may just set them up with individual workouts, and then have open gym, and they can come in and pick up people from on campus and play. But right now, we're not completely sure with off season.
Well, and you have, what, 7 seniors who are either graduating or out of eligibility. So I guess you guys have been probably doing a lot of recruiting. Tell me about that.
We will be looking for a lot of junior college transfers with the seniors that will be graduating, because that's just the bulk of our team. And so I've been going to a few games here and there. I'm actually supposed to go to one today if they rescheduled it. According to the weather, I don't know if they rescheduled it because Enid campuses are closed. So I'm waiting for that phone call to see if I can go to that game. And then Coach Hayden's going to a junior college game on Friday in El Reno. So that's where we're at with recruiting right now.
Well, good. We look forward to a really great offseason and fun times in the conference tournament, and look forward to a great season next year.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Now it's time for Fan of the Week. Each week we pick our Fan of the Week who wins an awesome t-shirt and is recognized on our show and on our USAO Drovers Facebook page. Last week's Fan of the Week was Jennifer Stewart. Again, congratulations to you. And this week's Fan of the Week, Kara Price.
Yeah, now basketball is my favorite sport. Yeah, I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I keep it so fresh.
Well, that's the show. Make sure to keep up to date with the postseason and with baseball and softball at usao.edu/sports. And we'll see you next time on In the Saddle.
I like to give and go, and it's basketball. Bow wow, let's go.